boom, boom, boom.
The circumference of a circle equals 2 times pi 3.14 times the radius. The circumference of a circle equals 2 times pi 3.14 times the radius. E is to it, ms is to serent, first conjugation, perfect tense. E is to it, ms is to serent, first conjugation, perfect tense. And a positive is a noun or pronoun directly beside another noun that explains or identifies it. And a positive is a noun or pronoun directly beside another noun that explains or identifies it. During the Vietnam War in 1965, during the Vietnam War in 1965, President Johnson sent U.S. troops to stop communist North Vietnam from capturing all of South Vietnam. During the Vietnam War in 1965, during the Vietnam War in 1965, President Johnson sent U.S. troops to stop communist North Vietnam from capturing all of South Vietnam.
This is CC Cycle 2, Week 20 History. Tell me about the Vietnam War. So the history sentence starts out in 1965. However, the song starts during the Vietnam War in 1965. So we'll do it like the song. So it's during the Vietnam War in 1965. President, so here's our little presidential hat. Johnson, here's our ASLJ. Sent, so just point, sent. US, here we salute. Troops to stop, our hand comes out and then into the fist for communist. And then our hand goes up, North Vietnam from capturing all of South, point down, again, Vietnam, during the Vietnam War in 1965, okay? So we'll start from the beginning. During the Vietnam War in 1965, President Johnson sent U.S. troops to stop communist North Vietnam from capturing all of South Vietnam during the Vietnam War in 1965. Good luck.
This is how I fight the Viet Cong. Boom, 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 shh. What is the second law of thermodynamics? Often called the law of entropy. The second law of thermodynamics explains why heat flows from an area of higher temperature to an area of lower temperature. What is the second law of thermodynamics? Often called the law of entropy. The second law of thermodynamics explains why heat flows from an area of higher temperature to an area of lower temperature.
This week we will be learning about South Central Asia. So the first one is Laos, which is this white area right here. I guess it looks a little bit like a triangle. Then you have Thailand, which is this bigger pink area here, right underneath it. And then you have Cambodia, which is to the east of it, more of a linear. And then you have North Vietnam up here, again, another like upside down triangle. And then South Vietnam, another linear country along the ocean here. So this is great because we're learning about the Vietnam War this week. Okay, so now I ask and you point, where is South Vietnam? Where is North Vietnam? Where is Cambodia? Where is Thailand? And where is Laos? And now I point and you tell me.
Columbus sails to the Caribbean. 1500 AD, 1500 AD, age of absolute monarchs, circa 1500 to circa 1800. Protestant Reformation, Spanish conquistadors in the Americas, Calvin's Institute of the Christian Religion, Council of Trent, Baroque period of the arts, Japan's isolation, Jamestown and Plymouth colony founded. Age of Enlightenment, circa 1650 to circa 1800. Hudson Bay Company, first great awakening, classical period of the arts, the 7 Years' War. Yes. Timeline, timeline, this is my timeline. Age of industry, circa 1760 to circa 1969. James Cook sails to Australia and Antarctica. American Revolution and General George Washington. Madison's Constitution and the Bill of Rights. French Revolution, the Second Great Awakening. Louisiana Purchase and Lewis and Clark Expedition. Napoleon, crowned Emperor of France. Liberation of South America. The War of 1812, the Missouri Compromise. Immigrants flock to America. The Monroe Doctrine, Romantic period of the arts. Cherokee Trail of Tears, U.S. westward expansion. Marx publishes the Communist Manifesto. The Compromise of 1850 and the Dred Scott Decision. U.S. restores trade with Japan. British Queen Victoria's rule over India. Darwin publishes The Origin of Species. Lincoln's War between the states. Reconstruction of the southern states. Dominion of Canada. Otto von Bismarck unifies Germany. Boer Wars and Africa. The Spanish-American War. The Progressive Era. Nice. Australia becomes a Commonwealth. Mexican Revolution. World War I and President Wilson. Lenin and the Bolshevik Revolution in Russia. U.S. evangelist Billy Graham. Modern period of the arts. The Great Depression and the New Deal.
This is CC
Cycle 2.
Week 20 Timeline Hand Motions. And it starts out with Australia becomes a Commonwealth. So the sign for Australia is a kangaroo. So you're going to do your middle finger and your thumbs together and you're going to kind of jump them. So Australia becomes a Commonwealth. Mexican Revolution, you're going to take 3 fingers and you're going to kind of go across your, right underneath your nose like a mustache. Mexican, and then Revolution, you're going to make an R sign and rotate them. Mexican Revolution. World War I and President, this is a sign for President Wilson. Then you have Lenin and Bolshevik Revolution in Russia. Here's your sign for Russia. U.S. evangelist is evangelist like a preacher, so it's like you're talking out. U.S. evangelist Billy Graham, B sign and G sign. Then you have a modern period of the arts, and it was a time of like randomness in art. So this is kind of to show randomness, modern art. And then the last one is the Great Depression. And we usually show great up this way because it's depressing. You would come down. So the Great Depression and the New Deal, like you're handing out cards. So let's start from the beginning. Australia becomes a Commonwealth, Mexican Revolution, World War I and President Wilson, Lenin and the Bolshevik Revolution in Russia, U.S. evangelist Billy Graham, modern period of the arts, and the Great Depression and the New Deal. Good luck.
This week at CC, we will be building bridges, either out of straw, rubber bands, and tape, or toothpicks and marshmallows. So here are some ideas of different bridges. This one I think is actually made out of fettuccine. And then these are different types of styles of bridges. The truss, Baltimore truss, Parker truss. This is marshmallows and toothpicks, which we will be using. And then here's one out of all toothpicks. Keep in mind that you only have 30 minutes to do these bridges, so they're not going to be this intricate. You're just encouraging the kids to think. And then at the end, you're going to see who has the most stable bridge, and you could use an index card over the bridge and then add coins to see how long it will keep its structure. This week, we will be studying Beethoven and Symphony No. 5, the first movement. Beethoven was born in 1770 and lived 57 years. He came from a dysfunctional home, and his father was really hard on him and made him start playing at a very early age. His first public performance was at the age of 7. He was German, and he became deaf as he got older.
You ready to listen to some music?
Yes!